all around the world. Was that true?
Absolutely. I think we met people that we will be friends with for the rest of our lives. And if you sailed into a bay and there's another boat anchored in the bay, it's just about a guarantee. You're going to be having cocktails on their boat that night or they'll be on yours. And that was across the board. And people are fascinating and generous, and we want to hear stories and they want to hear stories. So that was probably the best part, was the people we met, the cruisers that. And, you know, we've got friends from the United Kingdom and Canada and, you know, all over the world.
All over the world.
Yeah.
After Fiji, did you go straight from there to New Zealand?
Yes. Yeah, we had sort of an abbreviated time in Fiji because we had planned to spend our time in Tonga. So we spent, I think there was maybe 6 weeks there, and then sailed down to get out of the cyclone season, which there have been some that have really ravaged the Fiji area. So no one wants to be there. If you are, you want to put your boat on the hard, and they have a place where they dig a hole to put your keel in so the boat won't tip over. But no, we sailed down to New Zealand and did some refitting there. It seems like everywhere we go there's a boat.
Was it cruising is fixing boats and exotic locations?
Places, yes. So we sailed down. It's a 6-day passage, and a bit tricky because the weather that goes around Antarctica makes transit across the Tasman Sea and impacts New Zealand on a schedule about every 7 to 8 days. For us, it's a 6-day passage, which fits nicely, but for a lot of boats, it's a 8 or 9 day passage, so they're going to get hit one way or the other. And so they really have to plan it well, and there's weather routers that are available for that. But you are going to get either hit when you're up in the tropics, which is where you want to have a front pass, or you're going to get plastered just outside of New Zealand, where the weather will be most severe. So you need to plan it so that when that front goes through, you're at the sort of tail end of it rather than near the core.
Why would you rather have weather hit you in the tropics?
Well, just because of the distance. If the low is centered over the North Island somewhere, the weather's going to be more severe near the middle of that low than it is out in Fiji, 1,200 miles away. But it's going to pass, and it's going to either just be a dark cloud with a little bit of wind that goes over, or you might have a full gale for a few days. So it is, people have lost their lives on that passage, and boats have been lost, and it can get pretty severe. And for the Kiwis, it's kind of routine, but for a lot of us, sailing in the South Pacific is pretty calm and easy going. But that's one passage where you really need to have your antenna out and be on your best game.
So